got 45 years in. Tonight, folks, we have the heavyweight horse pulling contest. We've got 16 teams entered from 7 different states and from Canada. So
wow.
It's really an
7 different states in Canada
event here tonight. We've got an outstanding lineup of teams, some of the very best teams, and some of the very best drivers or teamsters in North America pulling here tonight. I want to give you the pulling order here in a minute so you know what order the teams will be coming in to pull. We have Marvin Stoneman. He has number 3 on the side of his horses. He'll be the first team coming in. Then the Barris family from Alberton, Ohio. They have number 4 on their side. Then we'll have the Hanson family from Preston, Minnesota. 6th, Ray Ziegler from Ligonier, Indiana.
Yep.
Then we have the Yoder and Hatfield team. And they're going to have the number 9 on the side because number 8 that was entered was not able to show up here tonight. 10 is Jim Young. He's from Ohio. 12 is Casey Harriman from Pennsylvania. Then we'll have Adam Newland from Three Rivers, Michigan. Then the Youngs and Lacrosse team from Reed City. Then Craig Bowers from Jonesville, Michigan. Tom Bowman from Orangeville, Pennsylvania. Then we'll have the Russellburg and Duval team from Beaver Dam and Hawesville, Kentucky. Then we'll have Tom Cummings from Nashville, Michigan. With the numbers 21, we'll have Brown Brothers from Acme, Pennsylvania. Pulling in the 22nd position are the Chevette Brothers, and they come all the way from Princeville, Quebec, Canada. And then the last team, number 23, Scott Fisher. So that's the lineup that we have for us here today. For some of you that may be watching the horse pull for the first time here this evening, I want to give you just some of the basic rules to help you out. First of all, a full pull is 27.5 feet. And in order to continue on in the contest, the team must pull the load 27.5 feet in one continuous pull. Then they can go on to the next round where additional weight will be added. And all the teams in the contest will hook up again on the second round, all those that cross the load anyway. And again, they must pull it 27.5 feet to move on. And we continue on doing that, adding weight, until we get to the end when there's no team able to cross it or only one team. And of course, then we go by distances to determine who the winner is. Now, they can have 3 attempts at each weight load to try to pull it across. So they have 3 attempts, but they must cross it 27.5 feet in one continuous pull.
Everybody passed on the warm-up. So, Stoneman. I know he's here. We've seen him. Looks like him and his son. He's from the Charlotte area, and they've been pulling in their family, friends of the family. The son's been pulling for a long time, so they've got a lot of experience. Just warming up. It looks, or getting ready. Maybe they're only going to do the ribbons down at the other end, because once they go down to the other end, they got to pull it back anyway. So we're used to ribbons on both sides on a boat, because they can hook on either side. We're only one side in this. So now they're hooking up the chain so they can do their 27.5 feet. Whistle's ready. Let's get the show on the road.
We've got Marvin Stoneman. Marvin comes to us from Charlotte, Michigan. Marvin is a 4th generation horse puller. and he's got his boys helping him. They would be the fifth generation. So, as you can tell, this horse pulling is a family affair. Marvin's got a good team, and he's looking on first. Bears family, please be ready to follow. Is hooking on. Rocky has been pulling horses over for 2 years, so he's going to be a recent starter to this, although I think he was in the business watching and helping people for quite a few years. And with the Bears family, it's a family affair. He's got his boys helping, his wife comes, and he's got horses by the name of Chief and Barney. Next up, the Hanson family, then Ray Sigler, and then the Hatfield and Yoder team, followed by Jim Young. So the Hanson family, last night, they pulled in the lightweight contest here too, and they've now got a heavyweight team by the name of King and Don that are hooking on, and they come all the way, folks, from Preston, Minnesota. Not quite. I'll tell you, when you're trying to get them hooked onto that load and the horses want to go forward, that ring that you got to get that hook into can seem pretty small. That would be 2 times the weight. What that means is this, folks, they have 3 opportunities to get hooked to the load for their first hook. So he's got to get hooked here.
There, Indiana. Whoa.
Don't want to let that hat get run over.
Nope.
Ray Ziegler is in the construction industry, and he's, like a lot of us, he's got to work a 40, 50-hour week on the job, and then he's got to go out and work horses every night for 3, 4 hours. So it's a full-time job for these guys. All right, good job. Give Ray Ziegler a hand. Coming in next is Yoder and Hatfield, and then Jim Young, and then Casey Harriman. The Yoder and Hatfield team is a team made up of Chris Hatfield and Terry Yoder. Chris Hatfield from Cromwell, Kentucky, and he's the guy doing the driving. Terry Yoder from Webster, Florida, and these guys always have a very good team. In fact, they set the record this year for the most weight pulled on a machine, 5,050 pounds. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. The Hatfield and Yoder team, look at that.
Sound like the team to beat.
Yoder and Hatfield. Casey Harriman is coming in from Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, Jim Young first from Ohio, and then Casey Harriman from Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania, and then Adam Newland. So Jim Young, I talked to him a little bit before the poll today, and he told me that he's been pulling for about 45 years. And he started out pulling pennies. Football for Jim Young. Thank you. Good job, Jim. Casey Harriman is in next from Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania. Adam Newland to follow. Then we'll have the Youngs in lacrosse, and then the Greg Bowers team.
Let him go.
So Adam Newland is looking on now. He's got a young team of horses. They're only 4 and 5 years old. So he's been training them all year, getting them ready to pull, and he's been working them. Getting used to pulling on a heavy load, and we'll see how they do. He's been doing a good job. Big round of applause for Adam Newland. Nice job, Adam. Now we'll have the Youngs and lacrosse team. Greg Bowers, please have your team ready. And then Bowman Brothers, you're following Greg Bowers. Appreciate it, guys. You're doing a good job getting your teams in here and ready to go. We appreciate that. So, the Youngs and lacrosse team, that's made up of 2 men by the name of Ed Young and Glenn Lacrosse from Reed City, Michigan. Ed Young sits on the back of the truck right now. He's been pulling horses for 70 years. And I want to tell you something, if you want to learn anything about pulling horses, you just go talk to Ed, because he knows about everything there is to know. His team coming in here weighs 5,000 pounds as a team.
Wow. On it.
Big round of applause for the Youngs and lacrosse team. Nice job, Ed. All right, Rick Bowers is coming in, Bowman Brothers, and Russellburg and DeWall to follow in that order. Now, Rick Bowers, he comes to us from Jonesville, Michigan. Craig's been pulling horses for about 26 years. He started out with his uncle, Many of you maybe remember Terry Briner. He pulled for many, many years, and that's where Craig got his start. And there was many times that they would go to a fair, and Craig would be pulling lightweights, and Jerry would be pulling the heavyweights. Jerry passed away a number of years ago, and Craig's carrying out the tradition now, pulling heavyweight horses. His horses' names are Doug and Don, and they weigh about 2,500 pounds apiece, 5,000 pounds as a team. So a nice big team of Belgian horses. Yeah, that's what makes it hard getting the boys. We saw Craig just about to step up onto that back of the truck, and that's when they decided to go ahead a little bit. And of course, then he doesn't have any footing, and it's pretty hard to hold in your arm. So he's got Klein Hughes who's going to get him a hand, he's going to drive him in, and Craig's going to sit on the back of the truck and wait for him to get him close and grab the lines and drive him off from there. Big round of applause for Craig Bauer. Good job, Craig. All right, Bowman Brothers coming in, and then Russellberg and DeVal, please have your team ready, and then Tom coming. So Bowman Brothers, they're, of course, as their name implies, a couple of brothers that have been pulling horses for 30 years. So they come to us from Warrensville, Pennsylvania, and they pull horses all around the country. In fact, they've been pulling even in Florida. They get to go down there in the Sunshine State. I think they have quite a few pulls in February. And the Bowman Brothers typically are down there. They have a place down there that they keep their horses and stay at while they're on that state. Bowman Brothers, what do you got? All right, nice job. Thank you. Next up, Russellberg Brothers and DeVal, and then Tom Cummings, and then Brown Brothers, in that order. So Russellberg Brothers and DeVal. Aaron Russellberg is the driver. He's a third generation horse puller. He started with his dad and his uncle, and he was telling me that his grandpa pulled horses that he was 55 years ago. So that family's been in the horse pulling business for a long time. They come to us from Beaver Dam and Oswego, Kentucky. Big round of applause, please. Russellberg Brothers and DeVal. Nice job. Tom Cummings, you're up. And the Brown Brothers, if you can have your team ready to go. And then the Chevette Brothers, followed by Scott Fisher. And that will be our last contestant. So Tom, the 3,300-pound load. So Tom Cummings, driving his team out right now. Tom is from Nashville, Michigan, and Tom's been pulling, he's a relatively newcomer too to the pulling industry, at least when he's driving now, and he got started by helping his father-in-law, John Frank. Probably a lot of you remember that name. John Frank pulled Owen horses for many, many years, and that's Tom's father-in-law, and he's got him started. Tom's horses are Bob and Jack. And Bob the horse is 7 years old, and Jack is 12 years old. Nice big team of Belgians. If you look around out there at the horses that are pulling, I believe we've got just about all Belgian horses pulling tonight. Last night, we probably had 4 or so Berkshire horses. And typically, the Belgians are the ones that you see in the pulling contest. So Tom Cummings, what you got?
Must have been out of the...
Yeah.
So again, the Tom Cummings team coming around to look on. Flying Hughes is driving it in for him. Going to hand off the reins once he gets ready to get going.
Something wasn't quite right today.
Big round of applause for Tom Cummings. Nice job. Now we have the Brown brothers coming in, followed by the Chevette brothers, and then Scott Fisher. So the Brown brothers come to us all the way from Acme, Pennsylvania.
Wow,
And
that's a long
Charlie,
ways.
one of the Brown brothers, is the guy who's going to be driving here tonight. And a full pull for the Brown brothers. Give them a big hand. Nice job. So we have 2 more teams to hook on to the 3,300-pound load. Next up is the Chevette brothers. And folks, the Chevette brothers come to us all the way from Princeville, Quebec, Canada. Jervis of the Chevette brothers is going to be the driver. He's got a team of 8 and 10-year-old Belgians. Nice job for the Chevette brothers. Good job. Scott Fisher will be the last team in to hook on to the 3,300 pounds. Scott has got a team by the name of Rock and Fred.
There.
So Scott Fisher will be hooking on. He'll be the last team that is hooking on to the 3,300 pound load. Tonight, we're going to be giving awards for quite a few different things. One one of the awards will be the farthest distance traveled. And Jojo Duval from HorsePullResults.com. They'll give them money for gas. We're going to give an award for the best dressed team and also for the best teamster award. And that's donated by Mary Kay Darnell. So keep your eyes out. See if you can pick out the best teamster and the best dressed team. Set up to add on more weight. I assume that they will add on 300 pounds. That will put us up to 3,600 pounds. The dynamometer was built in the early 1900s, and it was started at Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. And they used it because at that time, of course, horses were the power on the farms, and they used it to study horsepower. The dynamometer is a resistance pole. So when the team of horses are pushing in their collars, they're lifting the preset weights on the dynamometer. When this happens, they're also releasing an oil valve to let the oil flow through in a clockwise direction. That preset weight is the same weight, and it's a constant weight throughout the given load. And when the team stops and the weights are returned, then the valve is closed. So starting the load on the machine can be very important, especially on a heavier load. You don't need the team really to fight or to hit the load real hard. The better pulls are when a team works together in a uniform manner, starting, pulling, and finishing. Maybe some of you have seen pulls on a boat. We call it a sled or a boat, where they just put weights in it. And of course, there's quite a difference between this dynamometer and a boat. If the boat says it's got 7,000 pounds on it, and you're pulling that, there's areas on the track where instead of 7,000 pounds, it might be 8,000 due to the conditions of the soil. So the dynamometer is a very fair and easy way to pull. I think we're ready to go. We're ready to start back on. Martin Stolman, come on in, and the Bears family, please be ready to follow. So Marvin Stolman comes to us from Charlotte. Marvin's occupation, he works at a business called Anchor Danley. Got his two sons pitching for him. After the Bears family, we'll have the Hampson family and then Ray Taylor. So again, guys, appreciate you having your teams up and ready. The Bears family have Chief and Barney as the horses they're pulling. They weigh about 4,700 pounds. Second team across. Now we have the Hampson family. Ray Ziegler be ready to follow, then Yoder and Hatfield. So the Hampson family, Jordan Hampson is the driver, he's a third generation puller. I think I mentioned Jordan pulled last night in the lightweight contest, and last night Jordan was the winner of the horsemanship, of the Best Teamster Award. So Jordan does a good job of driving, and he's driving the heavyweight team here tonight with the Hanson family. When I talked to Jordan a little bit, he is a farrier. So he shoes horses, trims horses, hooves, and so on, and he also has a feed business. Oh, good job for the Hanson family. Ray Ziegler, you're up. Yoder and Hatfield and Jim Young to follow. Foot, 2 inches, 13.2. Believe we got her across, did he? Oh, cool, good job. Give him a round of applause. Nice job, Ray. So you see that he stayed hooked onto the boat. He didn't get it across with his first pull. He came back. Sorry, he stayed hooked on it and pulled it all the way through his back. Now we're up to Yoder and Hatfield. And Yoder and Hatfield have a team by the name of Rowdy and Jay. And one of these horses, Rowdy, was a member of the team that set the world record this year on the Dynamometer. So Rowdy and Jay are going to be looking on for the Yoder and Hatfield team. Big round of applause for Yoder and Hatfield. Nice job. Jim Young, you're up. Jim Young, and then Casey Harriman, and then Adam Newland. You know, I was talking with Jim, who's getting ready to get on the back of the boat or the truck right now, a little bit before the pull, and he was telling me that he pulled in the very first Great Lakes International Horse Pulling Contest. And that was back in 1977. And he said to me, we couldn't cross 3,200 pounds then. And now we start the pull at 3,300 pounds. So quite a difference. .4 3 inches. You got to give a round of applause. Good job. Now, folks, I had mentioned to you earlier that if they want to take their second pull, if they don't cross it out first, they have to remain hooked on. There is one exception to that, and that's what's happening right now. Because he was at the end of the track, you see those two green markers that are on the far side there? Those are the markers that if the dynamometer goes past that, they cannot remain hooked and pull. They have to, in order to have enough room to get a complete pull, they have to unhook, back the dynamometer to the other side. And so this gives them an opportunity to unhook and come back in and hook again for their second. because of that. So that's what's going on right now. They were only lacking about 3 feet from getting it across, and they're going to hook on to their second try. Take it over to the side, guys. So what happens there, folks, is you'll notice that when they have what they call tugs, they come all the way from the front of the horse, the collars. They have attached to the collars around the neck, and they come all the way down to the heaters in the back. And they have chains, those are called the tugs. And when a horse steps over top of that and gets on the outside of it, it's pretty tough to pull. So they're allowed to unhook and come back and hook back up and get it straight down. Big hand for Jim Young. He got her across on a second attempt. Good job. Casey Harriman will be coming in next, and then Adam Newland, and then Young Finland Cross. So Casey Harriman, folks, when I was talking with him a little bit before the poll, and I was talking to some other guys, they told me that last year, Casey Harriman won horse polls in 8 different states. And you can see why. Good poll for Casey Harriman, full poll. Nice job. Now we've got Adam Newland in and ready to go. And then Youngson Lacrosse, would you please have your team ready, and then Craig Bowers. As I was telling you earlier, Adam's got a very young team. 4-year-olds really young. 5-year-olds pretty young too. So they're pretty inexperienced. We call it green. And so Adam's been taking it easy with them. And I think they're just a little bit nervous about that big old truck behind them. Folks, the MSU Driving Club has got a fundraiser going on right now. They're selling hats for $20. They're located by the concession, and they're open until 9:30. It's a great organization. The kids that got talent here are in the driving club. They get experience. If you support that, if you'd like a nice hat, go buy one from them, please. Nice hand for Adam Lewis. Good job. Youngsters across here next. You can see, as I told you, that they're a young team, and they're a little nervous about being hooked up. They didn't know who was going to be getting on the truck here. In fact, I think he's walking right up there right now. I told He's been pulling horses for 70 years. And this year, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Young was inducted into the Michigan Horse Pulling Association Hall of Fame. Give him a big round of applause. Nice job, Greg. And a full ball for the Youngstown lacrosse team. You'll notice any team that Ed has, they handle good. You can see how good they handle. Nice job, Ed. Next up, Craig Bauer, and then Bowman Brothers, and then Luxembourg Brothers in the ball. Craig Bauer with number 17 on his team. His horses' names are Doug and John. And I talked to Craig a little bit about these horses. And he bought both of them up in an Amish farm in southern Michigan when they were 3 years old. So he's had them for about 3 or 4 years. Each one of them is 6 and 7 years old now. So he bought them before they were really old enough to pull. Probably had just been working on the Amish farm for a year or two. And that's a nice way to get them because, of course, when they're on the Amish farm, they get worked quite a bit in the fields, and they get used to doing a good day's work, and they get good muscle build up on them, and it's a nice way to get them. Nice round of applause, please, for Craig Bauer. Good job, Craig. Bowman Brothers, then Rutherford Brothers in the ball, and then Tom Cummings. So the Bowman Brothers looking on right now, I believe Tom is driving them. They got Marty and Clifford. And the Bowman Brothers, for their occupation, is they're truckers. They got a trucking firm in Pennsylvania. One of the main things that they haul is milk from the local dairies, the farms and so on. And they're self-employed in the trucking business. Nice job for Bowman Brothers. Good job, guys. All right, number 19 coming in next. Luxembourg Brothers is the track of all the results of horse pulls throughout the United States.
Horsepullresults.com.
Go there, I think it's a little
Post their videos there.
And you're able at that time to look up any of the pulls and a list of
We're going to have to go over and say hi to
they
them.
got on and
Say hey.
a lot of good information.
We post our videos on here.
Just a look. That's called horsepullresults.com. Russellburg Brothers in the wall. Nice job. Tom Cummings coming on in, followed by Brown Brothers, and the Chevette Brothers, and Scott Fisher. 4 more teams to hook on to 3,600 pounds.
Pretty fast. You're organized.
So Tom Cummings is looking on right now. He's from Nashville, Michigan. And he makes his living as a logger. He buys timber, he logs. His company's called TNT Logging. Good round of applause for Tom. coming. Good job, Tom. All right, Brown Brothers from Acton, Pennsylvania coming in, and Chevette Brothers and Scott Fisher. I mentioned to you that Yoder and Hatfield had set the record this year. Well, one of the horses that set the record, the Brown Brothers now own, and that horse's name is Crystal, and he's pulling right now. Football for Brown Brothers, give them a nice round of applause. Yeah, so the Brown Brothers bought Crystal evidently here not too long ago from Yoder and Hatfield, and so they've got him in their team. So the world record holding horses that set the record this year are on two separate teams. So we'll see who comes out on top here tonight. Next in the ring, Chevette Brothers. They're from Quebec, Canada. Gervis is the driver. And when I was talking to them before the poll, and I had asked Gervis's father how long he'd been pulling. And he talks in French, so Gervis had to translate for me. He said he's been pulling for 50 years. And then I asked Gervis, how old is your dad? And he asked his dad, and his dad said he's 42. So I'm not sure how they add the track here in Canada, but we had a good laugh over that one. Nice round of applause, please, for the Chevette Brothers. Good job. All right, last team to hook on is Scott Fisher. Scott Fisher from Walkerville, Indiana. And Scott's got an interesting occupation. He works with pulsar electromagnetic therapy. He does that for people and for horses, and it helps blood flow. Pulsar electromagnetic therapy. It's an interesting occupation, and they do that on horses and humans. All right, nice round of applause, please, for Scott Fisher. Nice job, Scott. That'll complete our second round. We have every team still in the competition. The judges are going to be working on adding some more weight. Max was a legend pulling, winning many contests for many years. Second place was Bordeaux Boyle from St. Louis, Michigan. Third place was Don Johnson. Larry Reed and Sons were fourth, and Fowler Brothers were fifth. I'll tell you what, that reads like a very fine pedigree right there of some of the best horse pullers in the business. Oh, by the way, I just saw Ashlyn Hunt walk by the front of me here. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me in giving Ashlyn a warm congratulations on her 18th birthday today. Ashlyn, happy birthday. Ashlyn, by the way, did a lot of work for us. She did a lot of the paperwork and a lot of registrations and postings on Facebook and things like that. Ashlyn is the gal that does it, so we appreciate all she does for us. And we wish her a happy 18th birthday. And the best part is, she's spending it at a horse pull. Isn't that great? Our judges out there today, I'll try to get a bunch of them. Ben Miller is the guy doing the measuring. Kevin Bird is the head judge, has been on the back of the truck. I think our linesmen are Adam Newland. Austin Cook is helping out. Phil Fisher is helping out, judging on the line. Bobby Hunt is the rank person out there that kind of keeps the flow open in the good order. Kevin Todd watches over the truck. think Scott Cook is the guy that's operating the truck. You'll notice on the truck, and it's kind of hard to see right now, but there's 3 lights on the back of it. And when all 3 of those lights are green, the truck is ready to go. So if the lights of all 3 are not green, then it's probably going to pull pretty hard. So you guys don't want to hold on to it. So you'll notice as you watch that truck when it gets back on the end over here that there's 3 green lights, and those all have to be lit before they hook on. I want to thank a few more of our sponsors, folks, the Belgian Draft Horse Corporation in America. They are a sponsor. Chippewana Harness and Supply. We want to thank them. We want to thank Mary Kay L, Martin Stone Jr., and the fair for donating for the Best Outdoor Award. Ben Miller Equine Dentistry. We want to thank Newland Farm, Jake Scott, Chester Blacksmith Shop, Steve Newman. I think we're just about ready to go. And look at there, Marvin Stillman's got his team up and ready, keeps it going. We're ready. Marvin's got his team ready to go. He's got Rex and Duke. One of the horses there, Duke, is on one of the famous pulling bred stallions in the business, folks. His name is Box Creek Rocky. And he may have been the most prolific pulling stallion in the business. We had something break down there. The duck got loose or something. All right, they'll get her figured out here. Yeah, I was telling you that right-hand horse is out of a stallion by the name of Box Creek Rocky. There's an Amish settlement down in southern Indiana. It's called in Davis County. It's, I guess, maybe 75 to 100 miles from the Kentucky border. And that Amish settlement is famous for breeding pulling horses. They have the mares and the stallions that are large boned, big horses. And that area produces probably 75% of the pulling horses that you see in an average pull. Well, the stallion that over the past maybe 10 or 15 years has produced some of the best pulling horses is that Box Creek Rocky. And he is about 20-some years old now. It's my understanding that he's no longer able to breed any mares, so he's probably done any more of his offspring in the pulling business. I know he's got some sons that are out there yet. But this is one of the last ones that Marvin's pulling out of Box Creek Rocky. You know, folks, you notice Marvin's team is not as big as some of the other ones. They're probably like 500 and 700 pounds behind some of the other teams. So they're a little smaller, but they did a great job. A lot of hard work. All right, the Bears family coming in. Then the Hanson family to follow with Ray Ziegler, if you have your team ready after that. Bears family from Alberton, Ohio. Pulling Chief and Barney. And they come in at about 4,700 pounds. So they're also a little smaller than most of the teams in the contest, but they too have a lot of heart. And as you know, with human beings as well as holds true for horses, sometimes if they have a big heart, they can do a whole lot more than a whole lot bigger horse. And I think Rocky's got a couple here that love to pull. So things weren't quite right there. They were allowed on the hook and then come back and hook on it again. It comes from one time away from the boat. I think I mentioned to you that they have 3 other times to hook on before they're disqualified from their first attempt to pull. So they're coming back to hook on here. Eight foot even. Folks, let's give the Bears family a good round of applause for getting the distance on the second one. Couple of inches. I believe his mama was a Percher in there, and his father was a Belgian. So we got a Belgian and a Belgian Percher and cross pulling for the Hanson family here. Nice job for the Hanson family. All right, Ray and Hitler coming in. After Ray, we got Yoder and Hatfield team with it, Jim Young. Ray's getting on the seat right now. Ray's been pulling for about 25 years. He always does a good job, takes good care of his horses. His team is Bentley and Chief, and they weigh 4,950 pounds. All right, give Ray a hand. We'll get his distance here in a minute. He's going to pass this second. So 11 foot 10 inches is the distance that Ray Ziegler got. And that'll place him at this point. He can come back for his third. Yoder and Hatfield coming in. As I mentioned to you before, they've got Rowdy and Jay here, and Rowdy's the member of the world record holding team. Chris Hatfield's the driver, and he makes his occupation is that he's an auctioneer.
Another auctioneer.
Nice job by the Yoder and Hatfield team. Jim Young, you're on. Casey Harrington, please be ready, and then Adam Dillon. So Jim Young, as I mentioned, being in the home for 45 years, he is retired now. He used to have his own concrete business and home building business. But now he's retired and a full-time horse puller. Probably works about as much as he did when he had his businesses going. I tell you, in order to get horses in shape, folks, it takes probably 3 to 4 hours of work a day. Exercising, getting them in shape. These guys are dedicated to the horse pulling business. You have to be, because if you work a full-time job and then have to come home and work for 3 or 4 hours, not to mention feed and take care of the bedding and so on like that. But it's an industry that we love and love to do it. These guys are all dedicated to getting their horses in the best shape possible and having them come out and put on a good show for us. Give them a round of applause, folks. Give them a good job. 22 foot, 3 inches. Now, he's past the big markers again. So, he does have the option if he wants to hook on for the second, back on the other end of the track. I think that's what he's going to do, since he's sitting right on the back of the truck yet. So Jim got 22 foot 3 inches, and that's about 5 feet shy of a full bull.
Alright? I'm just taping continuously because he's always talking about good stuff. So, it's all up to you on reels.
Give Jim Young a hand. Nice try on the second pull. Come again, please, Ben. 12 foot even, so his first pull will be his better pull, 22 foot 3. We're up to Casey Harriman coming in, Adam Newland, and Young's in lacrosse. Casey's got his team up and ready to go. Nice job. Now there, folks, is an example of what good horsemanship is. Notice how nicely and easily they handled, came right into the ring, backed right up, hooked right on, and hooked right out with it. So good job. We've got Adam Newland hooking on now from Three Rivers, Michigan. And Adam's got his whole family involved with him in the horse business. His wife Renee sitting up here helping keep score with me right now, and his boys. Seth and Carter are on the eveners helping get hooked right now, so it's a family affair with the new ones. And they've got a nice looking young team of horses here. Adam's got Daryl Yoder helping him. He's the guy that's driving him right now back him up to Adam. He's a horseman, good horseman from Indiana. Another thing that the Newlands have, they have a stallion that they they use for breeding for pulling horses. So they've got a very beautiful stallion, Belgian stallion, that is on a stud called Jesse. He's a very good pulling horse too. They pulled him for a number of years. Now they use him for breeding. So I've been telling you a lot about Ed Young. He got in the Hall of Fame and everything. I got to tell you a little bit about Glenn LaCrosse, his partner. Glenn is a grower and processor of cherries up in Northwest Michigan. He's got a company by the name of Legal and Off Fruit Company. Probably you've seen that. And they grow and process, I think, both tart and sweet cherries. And I think they do some apple business and things like that too. They're up near the Traverse City area. And that's what Glenn LaCrosse does. So the Youngs and LaCrosse team coming in to look on, they've got Jack and Dick, and their horses weigh a combined 5,000 pounds. Nice job for the Youngs and LaCrosse team. All right, Craig Bowers, you're up. Bowman Brothers to follow. Russellburg Brothers to follow after that. You know, you may wonder why 27.5 feet is the distance they have to pull. Well, we could ask that question quite a bit. It really is derived from studies of horsepower that were done in the early 1900s, again at Iowa State University. And when they were doing their studies on the dynamometer, they also studied the power of the horse. And after doing many tests, they found out that when a horse pulls a distance of 27.5 feet, he starts to lose his maximum power at that point. So Iowa State University determined that that's about the distance when the horse starts to lose its power, basically. And so that's why that distance has been used for many, many years in a lot of different states for the distance that the teams have to pull. However, there are various states that have different distances. For instance, I know that in Maine, they have pulls that are 15 feet. And I think in Connecticut, they have pulls that are 12 feet. And sometimes the guys from Michigan, when their horses are starting to get used to pulling 27.5 feet, sometimes they say the horse gets kind of smart. And they kind of know about how far 27.5 feet are, and they kind of start to guess when they can quit. And sometimes they guess a little wrong, and they quit about 24 feet. And if they do that too often, of course, you don't do too good in the contest. So that's why a lot of times horses from Michigan end up going out east, where they pull 15 or 13 feet. Then they think they're getting on pretty easy when they only have to pull that far, and they can do pretty good over there. Bowman Brothers looking at from Warrenville, Pennsylvania. Cummings, and then the Brown brothers. Could you come again, please, on that? And there again, folks, you see a nice job of handling horses by Aaron Russell, or a good job. Next up is Tom Cummings. Following Tom, Brown Brothers, and Chevette Brothers, and Scott Fisher. Here comes Tom Cummings. Oh, nice job. Give him a round of applause, folks. Good, folks. Good job. Okay, Brown Brothers from Acme, Pennsylvania. They've got Pistol and Jerry. And as I mentioned to you before, Pistol is one of the horses that set the world record this year on the dynamometer on 5,050 pounds. And the Brown Brothers always have good teams of horses. And now they've got Pistol with it. I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with here tonight. Charlie Brown is the driver. No lack of power there, is there? Nice job by the Brown Brothers. All right, Chevette Brothers coming in. Next, construction or heavy equipment like loaders and backhoes and excavators and so on like that. They travel throughout Canada and the United States buying equipment and selling it. And then they have as their hobby, they pull horses. Horses throughout Canada and the United States also. They do always bring a good team of horses. And they've got drivers ready to hook on it. Nice job for Chevette Brothers. Good job. Last team to hook on will be Scott Fisher, and then we'll have retrials. Scott Fisher is from Waltonville, Indiana. He told me that one of these horses that he's home today, well, he just bought about 4 weeks ago. So he doesn't have a lot of experience with it yet. Oh, nice job, Scott. Boy, did they listen to him, didn't they? He called on them a few times and they kept her going. Nice job. We're ready for retrials. I believe our first team up is going to be the Barrett family. They have 8 foot, even as their best distance. Then we have Ray Ziegler with a distance of 17.10. And then we have Jim Young with a distance of 22 foot, 3 inches. And those are the 3 that have to go back in for their third attempt. They have to get a good cross done this time, folks, or they will be eliminated from the contest. So first up, Rocky Bears for the Bears family out of Alberton, Ohio.
Here.
Oh, one thing I didn't tell you about. When they come back in for their third attempt, they have the privilege of spotting the dynamometer where they want it. So what they look for is where they think the footing is the best, where they're going to have the best pull, where they're going to get the best opportunity to get it across. So on their third attempt, they can spot that truck anywhere on the track that they want. And that's what Rocky's doing right now. I'm telling him where he wants it, and then he'll be ready to hook on for his third and final attempt at 3,900. Give Rocky a big hand, folks. They came all the way from Ohio to pull for us here today. 6 foot 3 inches. So his best distance will be his 8 foot, and that will place Rocky. Ray Ziegler, you're up. Jim Young, please have your team ready to go. So Ray Ziegler, he got 13 foot 2 and 17 foot. Well, his best distance is 17 foot 10 inches. Jim Young, he has a distance of 22 foot and 3 inches. When it gets heavy like this, folks, please remember what I mentioned to you about holding the applause until the whistle rolls, until you're totally done. You don't want to stop the team by having them think they're done before they are.
He might have beat his last.
Give Ray a big hand, folks. Ray Ziegler, Legator, Indiana.
That's a small team, so.
7 foot 11.
No, I don't think he did.
Okay, that was wrong. 11 foot 11.
Okay.
17 foot 10 inches will place Ray Ziegler.
So, yeah, he didn't beat his last one.
Our last team to come back in for the third attempt is Jim Young from Owensville, Ohio. And he's got 23 foot 3. So he's only backing about 5 feet. Getting for the draw.
I don't know. 22 foot. He might be stuck with that, which is a good thing. It'll still place ahead of those two. Also got a chance to do the full pull. What he came here for. 2 green lights. Or 3. Am I ready?
Hey folks, give Jim Young a hand. Nice job, Jim. Thanks for coming all the way from Lawrenceville, Ohio.
He still got it though.
18'9" was his distance on his third pull, so 22'3" will place Jim Young. So 3 teams out, 13 teams left in the competition. We're going to get some weight added here, and then we'll be ready to go. We do want to announce the winner of the Best Dressed Award here for the horse pullers here tonight. And that is donated by Mary K. Darnell. They're going to get a set of heyday for winning the Best Dressed. And that award will go to the Chevet brothers from Canada. Would you guys come on out with your horses a minute? They want to present the Best Dressed Award to you. Chevet brothers, would you bring your team right out there while they're quick waiting? They'd like to give you your prize. Either that or just walk on out with the two of you, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to bring the horses.
They want the horses.
So here comes the Chevet brothers out, and they have won the Best Award, the nicest harness, the best looking team you can see. It doesn't have beautiful team horses with a beautiful harness that they have on them. Folks, give the Chevet brothers a nice round of applause. They're making a beautiful team. Got with a loaded front trailer full horse, probably about 5,500 pounds. That's quite a distance. Thanks for coming, Chevet brothers, and a beautiful team of horses. Thank you. The pullers here know very well, and we'd like to have just a moment of silence here for Gary Wagler from Davis County. Gary passed away this afternoon. I don't know exactly how old he was, but he was a young man, and he was a great asset to our industry and a great friend to many of us. We'd like to ask that you respect him and hold him silent. Thank you. All right, I think the judges have the machine ready to go. We've got 4,200 pounds on. Marvin Stolman, come on out. Marvin's from Charlotte. As I mentioned, a 4th generation puller, and his boys pull, so they got 5 generations going. They've been pulling horses for a lot of years. He's got a little lighter team. They probably weigh around 4,500 pounds, but they pull hard. They try hard. We'll see what they can do. This is a big load, folks, 4,200 pounds. And Marvin just wanted to see how high he could jump once. Went right over the back of that pretty easily, Marvin. I know his boys play football. He's right in too. Give him a hand, folks. That horse went down, lost is going to pass the second. 17 foot, 2 inches. So Lyman can come back at the end of the round to take his third.
Not bad for
Okay, we are up to the Hanson family. After them will be the Yoder and Hatfield. And then Casey Harriman. So the Hanson family comes from Chatfield, Minnesota. Jordan Hanson driving. This is the team that's got the half Berkshire and half Belgian. It's getting heavy.
Horse looks back. Are we really gonna do this again? Oh my, what a pull. Nice job, Jordan. Did you see how he had them rest up and then he got them ready to go? And boy, they gave it a good shot. They got an excellent start. Nearly got to the cross. What was it? 26'7". Oh
Lacking 11 inches. Wow. Well, he's got a lot of room, nice big barn. And he's the guy that has helped get that pull going down there, the pulling circuit going down in Florida. Full ball for Yoder and Hatfield, their first team across. Good job. Casey Harriman, you're up. Adam Newland, and then Young's and McGraw. I had mentioned to you, and Casey gets his team in here so well and fast, he does such a good job, I don't have much time. But last year, Casey had an outstanding team. He won pulls in 8 different states. Now, he sold one of those horses, and went to a horse puller here in Michigan, so we've had to compete against him. But he's still got an outstanding team here, Buck and Mike. I think Casey said they pulled around 35 different contests last year. Young's in lacrosse. And after that, Craig Bauer. So again, Adam's got this young team. He's been working them up all year. He's been letting them only hook on the loads that they can pull for the most part to build up their confidence and their experience. And they've been doing a great job. They're a nice big team. For a 4 and 5-year-old, they come in weighing almost 2,600 pounds apiece. We'll see how they can do on this big load. Adam's waiting on the load. You can tell they're a little bit green. They get a little nervous when they get around that truck. But they've been doing a fine job getting that worked out. Nice ball, guys. Good job, Adam. $23 and 3 inches, and he's going to pass the second. Nice job. They now we have a lacrosse team for Reed City at Young's and Glen Lacrosse. The Hall of Fame guy here climbing on the truck. Team weighing in at 5,000 pounds. Jack and Dick is the names of the horses. Craig Bauer here on deck, Bowman Brothers to follow.
Still getting her done.
All right, we are up to Craig Bauer coming in, Bowman Brothers to follow, then Russell Bird Brothers in the ball. Open the other one, and he did. That was in Hudsonville. That's his favorite pool, he told me. And that's because that's the pool that was the very first one that he ever won. He won the lightweight contest there several years ago. I remember that. I didn't announce that at the time, or at least I was there. I know that. And he's graduated on up into the heavyweight now. He's got a big team and a young team just coming into the prime, you know, 6 and 7 years old. I think I mentioned to you the last time he came up, he bought the Bulldogs Amish farm down in southern Michigan as 3-year-olds, and he's been working them ever since. Getting them trained, getting them in shape, building up muscle on them. They come in weighing about 5,000 pounds apiece. Craig's from Jonesville, Michigan, down in southern Michigan.
Quiet that dog down.
Ball from Craig Bauer. Good job, Craig. All right, Bowman Brothers got their team ready to go. Appreciate that. Rutherford Brothers to all the follow, and then Tom coming. Bowman Brothers again come to us from Orangeville, Pennsylvania. Looks like there's a lot of power there, doesn't it? Good job, Bowman Brothers. All right, Bowman Brothers in the ball. You're up. Tom Cummings, then Brown Brothers, and then the Chauvet Brothers, in that order.
Could be. Guess we'll have to ask him when we talk to him.
When I was talking with Aaron before the bowl, he said both these horses came from northern Indiana, from that Amish settlement around the Chippewa area. Hey, let's give Russellburg Brothers and the Wall a hand. They come from Kentucky here. We'll get their distance. They're going to pass to second. 22 foot and 11 inches. And they'll be able to come back. They'll be able to come back for their third pull at the end of the go-around. Tom Cummings has got his team up here and ready. Brown Brothers here to follow, and then Chauvet Brothers. I think we've got 4 teams right now that have to come back for a third attempt. And we've got 5 teams that have crossed it. So 5 across, 4 that haven't. And I think we got about 4 more to go.
Hurry up, Tom.
Here comes Tom Cummings. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that young man that's on the Lions driving the London Tom, that's Klein Hughes. I think he's going to be a tired young guy by the end of the night, don't you? I think I've seen him driving in, I don't know, looks seems to me like he's been over 17.
Yep. That's what he does.
So, close. Give Tom Cummings a hand, folks. Nice job. Folks, 27 foot, 2 inches. So close. He'll be able to come back for the third, though.
He's going to second.
We got a second yet, Kevin? So he was past the line there? All right. So he can come back for a second. He was past the line, so he still has a shot. If he wants to come back on this end and hook on for his second pull. Brown Brothers, if you have your team ready to go. And then Chauvet Brothers and Scott Fisher. So Tom was lacking only 4 inches from getting it across, and giving his horses just a little break there, and he'll be coming back and hooking on for his second attempt. I'll tell you, when you're sitting on that truck driving, and your horses are crawling with that load, 27.5 feet can seem like 10 miles. You just waiting for that whistle and waiting for that whistle, and that time for Tom, it just never came. He got so close, but lacking 4 inches. But he knows he's got the power to do it. So hopefully they can give maybe just a little better start and a little better footing down on this end. And maybe they can get her across. So here he comes again. You know, if they can pull that big truck, going to be awful hard for clients to hold if they want to go forward. All right, give Tom a hand. I think his first distance will be his best, but he did a good job again on his second. So we got 22 foot, 1 in on his second, so 27.2 will place him. Brown brothers are coming out. Chevette brothers, be ready, please, and then Scott Fisher. Brown brothers got Pistol and Gary. Charlie's the driver. They come from Acme, Pennsylvania. I want to tell you, when Brown brothers come to a pull, they got a team that's to be reckoned with. I don't think tonight's any different. They got Pistol and Gary, 2 good-looking Belgians, and they're ready to hook on 4,200. Nice pull for the Brown brothers. Good job. Chevette brothers coming out next is Scott Fisher. Chevette brothers from Gervis Driving from Princeville, Quebec, Canada. Gervis is a 3rd generation puller. No problem for them. Good job, Chevette brothers. Pull. And our last team to hook on for their first attempt on 4,200 pounds will be Scott Fisher from Walpettville, Indiana. And I told you that one of the horses that Scott's got, he just bought 4 weeks ago. So that's the darker, the chocolate colored horse. The other horse is Rock, and he was part of the state champion team this year. So he and his partner, a different horse than he's got now, won the pull at Gaylord, which was the state championship for the state of Michigan. So Rock and Fred pulling for Scott Fisher. Nice ball for Scott Fisher. Good job. Got her across. So we've got 5 teams, I believe, coming back for retrial. We've got 8 teams across. First up, Marvin Stone.
Marvin's checking it out. Check where he wants it. Right? Huh? He didn't like that spot. Go forward.
So the one horse that Marvin's pulling, I know pretty good. His name is Duke. And Marvin bought him from him this summer. And I had bought Duke as a baby right off the mother. So I believe he's 8 years old. And Duke has always been a really good pulling horse and a good horse to have around the barn. And he's got him paired up with Rex. That's a horse I believe he bought from Kevin Todd. Kevin's always got good horses, of course. And so Marvin put the 2 together, and he's been doing an outstanding job pulling this year, he and his family. His distance is 17 foot 2 inches. So he's got to get about Another 10 feet. Hopefully, they keep their footing and they'll be able to do it. Hey, give Marvin a hand, folks. Nice job. Marvin came from Charlotte, Michigan to pull for us today. I believe 17'2" will place him. Yep, on his third pull, he got 10'4". Thanks, Marvin, for coming out. Appreciate it. Next up, we got the Hanson family coming in. And after them, Adam Newland, and then Russellberg and Duvall. So the Hanson family, they've got the horses half Berkshire and half Elton. And I got to think about that. That's pretty fitting for them because the Hanson family, in addition to pulling Belgian horses, they raise some beautiful Berkshire and show horses. Kind you've seen out here in the barn and those that have been hitching. They've got a Berkshire and breeding farm in Minnesota too. And they also own a waste disposal business. And George's a farrier, and they have a feed business. And I can't figure out how they got the time to pull horses as good as they do. But
they have a lot of good managers that run their own outfits. Frees up time. Take care of them. They can run the show and they can go play.
Folks, you've been doing a great job. I just want to remind you again, when they're pulling, please don't applause until they're totally done. Whistle blow. Give them every chance to get this across. We don't want to have those horses think when they hear that applause that they're done, like they have experienced over the summer when they've been in pulls. They know when people start to applaud, they're done. So please be quiet until they're totally done. Give them every chance to get it across. The Hanson families come all the way from Minnesota to pull for us, and we sure like to see them get this load across. The best distance is 26'7", so they're only lacking a foot. Their team is also not one of the bigger teams in here. They weigh about 4,600 pounds. So they give up probably 500, 600, 700 pounds to some of the bigger teams. But again, they've got a lot of heart. I think George's telling them that he'll give them a sugar cube when they're done if they blow it all away. Hanson family moves on to the next round. Good goal. All right, Adam Newland, you're up. Russellberg brothers in the ball to follow. And then Tom Cummings. Those are the three left for their third attempts. Well, folks, Adam Newland's got that young team. He's going to pass his third attempt. Let's give Adam a big round of applause. He brought out a good team of horses. They did a great job. Nice job, Adam. I'll tell you what, next few years they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. All right, Russellberg brothers in the ball coming in all the way from Kentucky. And their distance, 22 foot, 11 inches. Tom Cummings will follow, and he's got 27 foot 2 inches. All right, Aaron Russell coming in. He's number 19 from Kentucky. They only lack about 5 feet to get to the cross, so I think they can do it.
All right. They rolled it off.
Pull, nice job. Good job. Aaron Russellberg. Pull.
And the momentum will drop.
All right.
They gave up. Truck moves a little bit more.
Tom Cummings. And Tom, you remember, at a distance of 27 foot 2 inches.
I think he's gonna move.
So he certainly can get
Is he
in the
passing or is he
cross course.
moving?
Had a little chance to kind of catch their wind, get a little oxygen in their blood again. They're probably going to come back out here and be ready to go. Hopefully they can get that extra 4 inches that they need.
Well, I guess he's. So. He's gonna back it up. Yeah. Alright, here comes Tom.
So last night, folks, was the lightweight contest. The last load was 4,200 pounds, the same weight we're on right now. Nobody in the lightweight division crossed it. That's the weight they did in the pull. We've got quite a few teams that crossed that 4,200 pounds here in the heavyweight class. And we've got one more to hook on for the third and final attempt here at Tom Cummings from Nashville, Michigan. Tom's got a nice big team of horses. They weigh in at 5,200 pounds. As I said earlier, Tom's been pulling for about 2 years now. And he's picked it up fast. He's doing a great job. Great job. All right, we're going to add more weight. While they're doing that, folks, we are going to give away the award for the horsemanship of the Best Teamster Award. And that was donated by Mary Kay Darnell. And the winner tonight is Casey Harriman. Congratulations, Casey Harriman. If you bring your team out here, we'd like to present to you the award for winning the Best Teamster or the Horsemanship Award. that they got a better track, better footing. It's not all chewed up from the pulling that has gone on up to this point. So they're going to give them a new track, a different area to pull on. They're going to move the ropes over and so on. But that will give the horses a little better footing as we move on from here. So there's Casey Harriman in front of us, folks. Casey's still in the contest. He's done a great job driving his team of horses. Let's give the Harriman folks a big round of applause for winning the Horsemanship Award. We've got 11 teams left in the contest yet, folks. 11 teams. The first world record that we have in the record books was from 1923. And the weight that they pulled was 2,300. 2,300. You go down the road a little bit, 10 years down the road, and the world record jumped all the way up then to 3,850. And that was set at Hillsdale County Fair. And the person that set that was Stackler Farmer from Pequot, Ohio. Now we go another 10 years, 1943. And then the world record for heavyweights was 4,075 pounds. And that was held by Harry Carter, Lester Smith, and Henry Martin. So they had three of them that combined the team there. Move on down the road, go another, let's go 20 years, about 1965. And then the record was 4350. And that was held by Fowler Brothers and Frank Merkio from New York. Many of you will remember both of those names, especially locally, the Fowler Brothers. We'll move on to 1984, set at Hillsdale County Fair. And the winner, the world record at that time was 4,525. And it was Ben Reed and Russell Van Horst. Ben Reed still pulling today. Russell Van Horst was his partner at that time, and they held the record in 84. Move on down now to the mid-2000s, 2007. And guess who held the record then? It's a teamster that's pulling here today. It was the Yoder and Hatfield. 2007, they set the record at 4,800 pounds. Then we go all the way down to 2017, and it was 4,925 by Dennis Weinberger. And now, this year, the record was set again by Yoder and Hatfield, and I believe it was 5,050 pounds.
5,050
So
pounds.
that's the history of the world records. We're ready, Mr. Kevin Burr says. So, we got to bring the
I like that. There's some information there that we know.
And that will be the Hanson family. George Hanson coming on the boat. After him will be Yoder and Hatfield. All right, give the Hanson family a round of applause. A nice pull at 4,500. 15 foot, 9 inches. 15 foot, 9 inches. Okay, Yoder and Hatfield. You are up. After them, Casey Harriman, the gentleman who just won the Horsemanship Award. And then we'll have the Youngs and lacrosse team, Craig Bowers, and Bowman Brothers. So again, as I told you, Chris Hatfield with the Yoder and Hatfield team, they're the guys that have set the world record. They've got one of those horses in their team. They sold the other one. Brown Brothers are pulling with the other horse. But here in this team is Rowdy, and he's a member of the team that set the world record this year. They've got a new horse pulling with them, and that's Jake. So Hatfield, Yoder and Hatfield looking on, and Rowdy and Jay. They're the current world record holders 5,050 pounds at a Hillsdale this year. They're hooking on to 4,500. All right, full pull, good job. Yoder and Hatfield, full pull. Next up, Casey Harriman coming in. Casey's from Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania. Casey's the gentleman who won the horsemanship award. Ed Young, please be ready with the Young's lacrosse team. And then Craig Howell. Nice try, Casey Harriman. Give him a big round of applause, folks. A good pull. We'll get a distance here.
Jeez, it had been just a few inches, seems like.
25 foot, 5 inches, so just lacking about 2 feet tall. All right, so we've got the Young's lacrosse team coming in with that Young's driver. They're from Reed City, Michigan. They've got Jack and Dick. One of their horses, Dick, is out of a stallion by the name of C.D. Rex, and he's been a horse that's been known to produce some really good pulling horses too. In fact, the physical horse that's in the contest today, he's also a son of C.D. Rex. So let Young hook it on with the Young's lacrosse team, 4,500 pounds, first attempt. Give a round of applause, folks. Nice distance. Good job. Coming in, please, then. 26 foot 6 inches. Good pull, just lacking the foot.
Oh no.
Whoa. Whoa. All right, Rick Brothers is waiting to look on. Bowman Brothers, please have your team ready. And then Russellbrook Brothers at the ball. So we've got, I think, one team across. And I think we've got 3 that have got pretty good distances. And we'll be able to come back to the third.
No, you feel. They're huge.
Nice try, Craig Dollars. Give Craig a big hand, folks. A good pull. He got 8 foot 10 inches and passing on his second. That'll bring up the Bowman brothers from Orangeville, Pennsylvania. Russellburg brothers with the Bowman follow, and then Tom Cummings. Bowman brothers have Barney and Clifford pulling for them. And they've shown a lot of power here tonight. See how they do a 4,500 pound load. Next up, Russellburg brothers and Duvall, Tom Cummings, the Pablo, and then the Brown brothers. You'll notice on the back of the horses there's what we call a set of eveners, and that's what the gentlemen that are helping get the load of what they're carrying. And those eveners have what consists of 2 single trees, and you can adjust those eveners so that you can offset when your horse is slid. You've got to put a little more of the load. They call that put them in the hole. They can adjust it by a ½ inch or an inch or so on like that. And that way, if you get one horse that's quite a bit stouter, you can make him pull a little more of the load by adjusting that evener just a little bit. And I think a ½ inch that you can figure goes about 500 pounds extra onto them, and like some of the others worth about 500. It could be about 1,000. And look, if you went out there and looked, I bet you'd find quite a few feet would have their stouter horse that in the hole just a little bit. And it all makes a big difference when it gets heavy like this. You want your stouter horse to be able to pull a little more of that load if possible. So these guys got that all figured out from practicing with them, which one needs to be in the hole a little bit. So here comes Russellburg brothers and Duvall with JD. Give them a hand, folks. Good job here. And Russellburg, good job. His distance was 24 foot and 2 inches. So that's a good pull. Tom Cummings is up. Brown brothers, then Chevette brothers to follow. time away. So they need to get a look this time, folks, or they'll be disqualified from the first goal. Give Tom Cummings a hand, folks. Good ball. Tom Cummings' distance was 12 foot and 3 inches, and he'll be able to come back for his third. Brown Brothers coming from Acme, Pennsylvania. Chevette Brothers, please be ready. And then Scott Fisher. Brown Brothers. We got Pistol and Jerry. And as I mentioned, Pistol's one of the horses that was a member of the World Championship record team. And this team's got a lot of power too.
Jerry's got a lot of power?
Oh, ball from Brown Brothers, good job. Chevette Brothers up next. Scott Fisher to follow. That'll be the end of the teams to hook on for their first attempt, and then we'll go on to retrial for their third attempt. We have 3 teams across right now, folks. And we have, I believe, 16 to come back to look for their third. We have 2 more teams yet to look for their first attempt. First one's up here, the Chevette Brothers out of Quebec, Canada. Scott Fisher will follow them. Nice pull, give a round of applause, Chevette Brothers, congrats, good pull. All right, last team to look for their first attempt. Scott Fisher coming in from Walcuttville, Indiana. Scott's got Rock and Fred, and as I mentioned to you, Rock's the horse that was a member of the state championship team this year. And Fred, the chocolate colored horse, is the horse that Scotty won only a month ago. He's been giving a good account of himself tonight, too. Doing a good job. Scott's a 3rd generation puller. I'll bet you folks remember his dad, Larry Fisher, won a lot of pulls. And Larry's dad, Scott's grandpa, was Charlie Fisher, and he won a lot of pulls. Outstanding horse pullers, and Scotty's following right along in the tradition. Six-foot even. All right, give Scott a round of applause, folks. We'll get a distance. He got 5 foot 9 inches on his second, so 6 foot will play together. So here's what we got coming back. And we waited up here, waiting right up to the right. Wrong. First up, the Hanson family at 15'9". Then Casey Harriman, 25'5". Then the Youngton lacrosse team, 26'6". Craig Bowers, 8'10". Russellburg brothers in the ball, 24'2". Tom Cummings, 12'3". And Scott Fisher, 6 foot. Started pulling ponies when he was 5 years old. So he's been at it for a long time. His team comes in weighing about 4,600 pounds. Their best distance, 15'9".
Only light team, light pair in competition.
Folks, let's give the Hanson family a big round of applause. Came here from Checkville, Minnesota. Did a nice job. We'll get the distance on 4,500. 14'8". So his first goal was 15'9". That will place the Hanson family. Next up, Casey Harriman. Then the Youngton lacrosse team. So Casey Harriman only lacks 2 feet from getting in his box. He has 25 feet and 5 inches. Lacrosse and Young, Craig Hyman at 26'6". And then Craig Bowers will follow after that. Casey Harriman comes to us from Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania. Casey told me that he started pulling ponies too. It was his first pull. He started them when he was 12 years old. Been pulling for about 25 years now. And the first pull he ever went in with ponies, he got second place. So that was pretty good for a first pull. Usually you hear about that during the first time. And the first pull. Folks, give the Harrimans a hand. There's your Horsemanship Award winner. He did a great job driving here tonight, and on that pull again. 26'7", folks. Lacking 11 inches. Great job, Casey Harriman. Next up was the Youngton lacrosse team. They have a distance of 26'6", so they're 1 foot, 12 inches is all they lack. Craig Bowers, if you have your team ready after that, and then the Russellburg brothers in the ball. So we got the young lacrosse team ready to look on it. They've got the ball or the machine placed where they want it. And as the guy we had talked about earlier, Ed's a Hall of Famer this year. We'll see if he's got any tricks up his sleeve here to get that extra foot out of these guys. It's going to be a tough pull. They gave it a good pull once already. But you know they got to be in really good shape to come back again and pull that full distance. But they can do it. They are in good shape. And they're a tough team too. Jackson looking on for young and lacrosse. Well, you can see he knew they weren't going to get that across, so he stopped it. Give them a big round of applause. They did a nice job. I'm sure their distance of 26'6" will place it, but we'll hear what they got on their third and let me know. 8'1" on the third. So 26'6" will place the Youngs and lacrosse team. They come to us from Reed City, Michigan. Thanks for coming, guys. Craig Bowers, you're up. Your distance is 8'10". Russell Brothers and Duvall, you're following at 24'2". And then Tom Cummings at 12'3". Give Craig Bowers a big hand. He's certainly better this distance. Nice pull, Craig Bowers. Thanks for coming out tonight. 17 foot, 8 inches will place Craig, so that's quite a bit better than what he had the last time. Next up, Russellberg Brothers and Duvall. They have 24'2", so they're only lacking about 3.5 feet. And then Tom Cummings, and then Scott Fisher. He bought the one, and the fall of 2020, he bought it at the auction sale down in Topeka, Indiana. They have a sale there every spring and fall. And a lot of times they have pulling horses there. And the other horse he bought from the Donovan settlement this past June up in northern Indiana. So both of these horses probably came from that northern Indiana area. Folks, let's give Aaron Russellberg a big hand. Nice job. They come from Kentucky all the way to Lexington to pull for us today. His distance was 14'5", so his better distance was on his first pull. He got 24'2", and that will place the Russellberg Brothers and Duvall team. Tom Cummings, you're up, 12'3". And then Scott Fisher, the distance is 6 foot. So I went back to the year 2003, and I looked at the Great Lakes International horse pulling heavyweight horse pull results. That was 19 years ago. The winning load was 4,400 pounds, and the winner was Keegan and Haichu. And they pulled Turf and Roger, and they got 20 foot 5 inches on 4,400 pounds. That was 19 years ago. I'll give you a few of the other teams too here while we're waiting for the next team to look on. Second place went to Keegan and Haichu also. They had Dick and Rex, and they got 19'11", so they were within 6 inches of each other. Third place in 2003 went to the Yoder and Hanfield team, and They're pulling here again tonight. And they were 19'6" on 4,400 pounds. So they were less than a foot from winning that pole. So Tom Cummings from Nashville, Michigan. He's the distance is 12'3". We've got Flying Hughes driving him in for him. The third and final attempt. Folks, give Tom Cummings a big hand. Nice job, Tom. $14'10", so that did better his distance. And Tom Cummings will be placed at 14'10". 10 inches, good. All right, last team to hook for the third and final attempt on 4,500 pounds is Scott Fisher. Scott's from Walterville, Indiana. We've still only got 4 teams across. So far, none of the teams that have come back to the third attempt have crossed it. Scott's going to be the last one to try. He's got a best distance of 6 foot even. So continuing on, while we're waiting for Scott to pull his team up in here, from that 2003 poll here at the Great Lakes International, fourth place that day went to Miller Morgan and John Rader from Kentucky. Fifth place was Walt and Eric Weckley from Montgomery, Michigan, and they were on 4,100. Sixth place went to Mark Herb. He was from Bellevue. He was on 4,100. Seventh place went to James Humphrey from Kentucky. And he was on 4,100 also. And then a familiar name to many of us, Gene Sullivan. He got 8 points. He was from Hillsdale. Now, those were the top 8 finishers from the Great Lakes International in 2003, 19 years ago. Folks, give Scott Fisher a hand. Nice job, Scott. 3'5" was his distance, so 6 foot will play Scott. So folks, we've got 4 teams left. So far, they've done a really good job getting that load across, but I tell you, 4,800 pounds is a big load, folks. So give them every opportunity to get it across again. You've been doing an excellent job with your applause. Make sure you wait until you cross that load or you're done before you start. Yoder and Hatfields come to us. Yoder have that team from Webster, Florida. Hatfield have the team from Cromwell, Kentucky. All right, give them a hand, folks. Yoder and Hatfield. Springfield will get their distance. 12 foot and 2 inches. So that's the bar right there. We'll see how everybody does. Bowman Brothers are coming in next. Coming all the way from Pennsylvania. Warrenville, Pennsylvania. They're coming in with Barney and Clifford. Brown Brothers, please have your team ready to go.
There's a little cricket.
Got the truck straightened out. Bowman Brothers are ready to go down.
Well, yeah, take it.
Oh. About. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Very good goal. Brown Brothers, you're up. Gillette Brothers, please have your team ready to go. So the Brown Brothers come with Barney and Clifford. No, I'm sorry, that's the Bowman Brothers. Right? Brown Brothers have Pistol and Jerry. And Pistol is a horse I kind of know pretty well too. I used to own him years ago. And he's out of CD Rex too. It's another one who's top pulling tires out of the Davis County, Indiana area. And he's the horse that owns parts of world records. So we'll see how the Brown Brothers do. They've been looking good. Harley is the guy driving them for Brown Brothers. And they come to us out of Hackney, Pennsylvania.
Love your videos. We love them.
Thank you.
Keep replaying. That's how I got 400 views on Facebook. But I just see them. But I keep sharing. Thank
Yeah.
Hey, Bobo, good job.
Two of them across.
Nice job. All right, last team to up for the first time is Gillette Brothers. They're out of Princeville, Quebec, Canada. And they've got Tom and Ed. They're going to straighten the truck out here just a little bit. And we're ready to go. So we got two teams across. One to come back from the third. And we got Gillette Brothers looking on right now for the first and 10. All right, first pull they got 10 inches. The second one they got 9 foot 2 inches. So we have two teams to come back for their free trial, the third and final attempt. Yoder and Hatfield has 12 foot 2, and the Chevette brothers have 9 foot 2. We've got two teams across, Bowman brothers and Brown brothers. You remember they can place the dynamometer where they want on their third pull.
Not too bad. I thought it was going to be more like midnight.
So, the premium money that they're pulling for here tonight is this. First place is $750. Second is $736.50. Fourth is $600, and it goes down from there. Every team leaves with at least $300. We're ready to go. Yoder and Hatfield, if you can bring your team on in. Chevette brothers, you are to follow. Distance, best distance, 12 foot 2 for Yoder Hatfield, and Chevette brothers, 9 foot 2. Hey, give Yoder and Hatfield a round of applause, folks. 4 foot 8 is their distance. They won the lightweight contest tonight, and they did a great job. Or they won the lightweight contest last night, and they did a great job here tonight. So good job, Yoder and Hatfield. Chevette brothers, third attempt. They come from Princeville, Quebec, Canada, 9 foot 2.
They're going to pass. Yeah. Looks like they're going to come out.
All right, so the judges just rated up here to us that it's going to be just a couple minutes for the Chevette brothers. They got us distance 9 foot 2. Folks, let's give the Chevette brothers a big hand. Coming all the way from Canada here, Quebec, Canada. Well, we appreciate it, guys. Thank you. They had 4 foot 10 inches on their last pull, so 9 foot 2 will place them. I believe that we have 2 teams left. We're going to be adding more weight. Boy, I'll tell you what, folks, doesn't get a whole lot better than this. We got 2 great teams, 2 great teamsters driving up, and we'll see what happens.
Whoa, whoa!
So close to a world record.
Lost his footing at the end. Folks, give them a big hand. Bowman brothers, nice job. Their distance, 21 foot, 4 inches.
Oh my gosh, they were so close to a world record.
They passed their second. They'll be able to come back for their third. Now the Brown brothers with Pistol and Jerry. Looking on to the world record load. Pistol's the one horse that's part of the world record right now. And he can set a new one here with a new partner, Jerry, for the Brown brothers, right here at 5,100 pounds. Get over the rope, guys? Oh, too bad. So folks, they ended up over the rope. They have to stay between the ropes. If they step on that rope or over it, they're disqualified for that pole. So on his first pole, it would be no distance.
Oh, that's a bummer. I was hoping for a world record.
Did they pass their second, Kelly? So they passed their second. So here's where we stand right now. Bowman Brothers, 21 foot 4 inches. And then Brown Brothers, they have no distance because they were disqualified on that one. So first team up is Bowman Brothers. We'll see what they want to come back and put. 21 foot 4 is what they got. They can place the dynamometer wherever they want. I'd sure like to see them get the world record. We'll see what they do here. All right, folks, let's give them every opportunity to get this load across again. It's heavy. No team has ever crossed 5,100 pounds on a dynamometer. Right now, the Bowman brothers are telling them they'll get extra holds when they get home if they cross this load. I'm going to try to calm them down a minute, get them ready to pull. They know what's happening, that's for sure. You can tell that. Nice job, Bowman brothers. Big round of applause for them, guys. Great job. On their third attempt, they got 17 feet 3 inches. So they're going to stand with 21 foot 4. That brings us down to the last pole of the night. It'll be by the Brown brothers from Acme, Pennsylvania. They have to beat 21 foot 4 to win the contest here tonight. And they got to get it across. They want to set a new world record. Back for their third final attempt. They need to be 21'4" to win the contest and be the champions of the Michigan Great Lakes International Heavyweight Horse Pulling Contest. They're hooking onto a world record load to get it across and get their names in the record book. Charlie is the guy driving. They're going to give it a good shot. I think they know what's happening too. So this will the right hand horse, the right hand horse, on the side of both the shots. He's going to have the world record right now. And Jerry is the other horse. Give them a big round of applause, folks. A good pull. I wonder if they got it. Folks, they had to be 21'4". Their distance, 21'10". There's your first place winner right there. Congratulations go out to the Brown brothers from Acme, Pennsylvania. Hey, Teamsters, the first 5.
Hey, thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button.